every time he greets you, hey, how you doing? But then it would come with like him walking over to you and putting his big bear claw on you.
The handshake is legendary. Everybody knows that.
His handshake is like no one else's.
Polar bears, I'm sure, talk about that one time they came across Ray Fosse at the zoo, and they were like, wow, remember that guy who put his hand up on the glass? That was a paw.
He would hold it extra long and really bring me in, and you know, that point where I'm like, okay, I think you might have just broke my hand, but the big bear handshake, you know, it's something I think about a lot, something I miss, to be honest with you.
Let me tell you, we do the show out in the treehouse. A lot of people come out to the treehouse and join the show. When Ray Fosse would come out and do the show at the treehouse, you'd be amazed the crowd that would be there. Wherever Ray Fosse went, A's fans would flock. He brought it every day. There was never a mail-in day for Ray.
Much like he was as a player, he manned the post every day and was as excited about the ball game on August 25th as he was on April 1st. And that went for September 31st. It didn't matter when. Nobody had a bigger smile on their face at the ballpark than Fosse.
Some of my best memories of Ray are just voicemails that he left me in the off season. You know, after we'd make a trade or after we'd sign a free agent, say, hey, I think this is really gonna be great. Like, you guys are doing a great job. Like, he always found a way to let you know that he was keeping an eye on what was going on.
It was those check-ins in the offseason, the texts, you know, the voicemails if I wasn't able to get to his call for whatever reason. And, you know, hey, Dallas, like I can hear him, you know, and that lets you know that you're occupying space in somebody's heart that when they mean what they mean to you, that matters.
You know, I think the fact that he was a catcher for the Oakland A's, that meant something to him, and he wanted to make sure that every single person who was going to put on that gear and wear the green and gold felt welcomed and felt like we were a part of the family.
My grandfather played Major League Baseball years ago, was a famous baseball player, and played in the World Series in 1948 against the Cleveland Indians. My grandfather was Bob Elliott. He was the 1947 MVP. And when we got to Cleveland, Ray went around and found all of these guys who had been around 1948, they're older gentlemen, and brought them to me to say, hey, this is Chris Townsend, Bob Elliott's grandson. Ray made it a point to make that trip special for me. And then probably the most important thing was Ray had me go out with him to Heritage Park. That's where they have their statues and their plaques in their Hall of Fame. And I did a 30-minute interview with Ray Fosse at his plaque. And it was very emotional, and it was really cool. And I get emotional now talking about it because there was a lot of pride there for Ray in that. And to be a part of that was really special.
We have a bobblehead. My grandma has a bobblehead in her house, and my daughters know that bobblehead and call him Mr. Fosse. And they play with the bobblehead and move him around the house and take him with them. He's been on a whole lot of wagon rides that he doesn't know about. And it's because I think of how much I revere Fosse, and that's because of the investment he made in me, not only as a player, but then as a broadcast partner, as a guy who, you know, he was every bit of my mentor.
The other memory that I would have is when I traveled with him and how he would relate and talk to people at the hotels, at the ballpark, and how he knew everybody, shook their hand, talked to them, took the time to say hello. Really was, was a real warm guy when it came to people that he saw on the road consistently. You know, that kind of stuff was always special to me to see.